Any questions about the VA claims process? Going live, doing 2 days, up until I get fully, until I get fully monetized, all that YouTube jazz business. But hey, I'm on here. Y'all got any questions pertaining to the VA claims process? Anything to increase your VA disability benefits, increase the rating, get that money? Hey, tune in, ask questions. Let's go back and forth. Active duty military, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, Space Force, Coast Guard. Y'all got any questions transitioning out? Hey, by all means, always recommend utilize the BDD, the benefits delivery at discharge. Hey, appreciate y'all coming in. Y'all got any questions? As always, feel free to stop me, cut me off, ask your question. As long as it pertains to, oh, what's up, Angel? What's Gucci with it? Dabbing on him. What's Gucci with it, brother, man? How about you like the video? Like the video, bucko. But yeah, y'all got any questions pertaining to the what's up, J504? How can CMP diagnose you with a problem, but they deny you? Okay, so very good question right there. So, are you talking about you have favorable information from the CMP examiner, but that VA rater still denied you? Or you're saying that, that CMP examiner, they acknowledge you got all these injuries, disabilities, not disabilities, or diagnosis, symptoms and stuff specific to a certain disability, but they still didn't recommend for you to get service connected? Oh, yes. Yes to both, or yes to the VA rater denying it? What's up, brother, man? Mr. J. Because if it's just a VA rater who denied it, but you downloaded or you got a copy of that DBQ and you saw, okay, that examiner, he supports me getting service connected for this. Both? You could possibly, okay, so in that case, you could still submit for a higher level review. Hopefully you're working with a VSO, because VA, they like to play a lot of games when it comes to, submitting higher level reviews, as well as with claims. But definitely submit a higher level review. You'll more than likely get a chance to talk to an experienced VA rater, and you explain that to them. I'm not sure if you're working with a VA. Well, let's say, ask that question. Are you working with a VSO right now? And if so, is it like Wounded Warrior Project, VFW, DAV, or is it like a county VSO? What's up, Jay? Hey, appreciate y'all joining. Hey, y'all got any questions? By all means, feel free to ask. I'm bouncing in between veterans as y'all ask questions. And please, please, please don't forget to hit that like button if you like this type of content, man. Hope y'all staying hydrated, because it's hot. It is hot today. CMP exam says I have a diagnosis. VA rater denied service connection, and no, I'm not working with one. Okay. What was the reason why the VA denied you? Was it due to lack? Well, okay, you got diagnosed. Well, yeah. What was the reason? Like the specific reason why the VA denied you? And did you file direct or did you file secondary claim? Let's get it, Jay. Let's get it. Oh, by all means, hey, as y'all coming in, feel free to ask a question. Oh, anything pertaining to the VA claims process, active duty military transitioning out, let your boy know. Take advantage of that BDD. Get your claims submitted 180 days prior to getting out. Hey, there's still hope for us veterans. I went from 10 to 100% in about 18 months after I did a lot of research pertaining to the VA claims process, denied claims, how the VA raters look at claims, how CMP examiners are going to adjudicate claims. No, not adjudicate, but fill out the DBQs, assess us, and how we can, power through those CMP exams. Yeah, Jay, you got a copy of that decision letter? And if so, what does it specifically say? Hey, as y'all coming in, by all means, feel free to ask anything VA disability related, VA claims, questions, denied claims. Okay, here you go. They said it didn't happen on active duty, which is a lie. I sent evidence, and it's a direct, not secondary. Okay. That definitely yields, like, if you submitted everything, you know, diagnosis, your in-service complaints, you know, possibly a personal statement. Hopefully you did. Buddy statements. You submitted all that in. You went into the DBQ. You know, you're getting mixed information from that examiner. I can email it to you. Okay, yeah, bet Jay. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. VA Disability Night Ops at gmail.com. I did post it in my previous videos, live videos. Definitely posted it twice yesterday, and the day before that. You can check on one of those if you get an error sending it, of just me telling you. But yeah, definitely you should definitely submit for a higher level review. But prior to that, since the claim is already finalized, it's adjudicated, I definitely recommend that you get with a veteran service officer, so they can give you a little bit more backbone whenever you do submit that. My own experience, I've seen using at least just my personal experience. Oh, what's up, Keith Sweat? Keith Sweat, what's Gucci? What's good? Good afternoon, brother, man. Favorable findings. Okay, favorable findings identifying the decision. You have been diagnosed with a disability. Yeah, that's like the VA's blanket response. Your compensation exam noted diagnosis of lower lumbar degenerative joint disease on 4/5/2023. That's what they said. Okay, and they're probably going off lack of in-service complaints. But if you supplied that, like you said, that definitely yields for a higher level review. You go in, you're going to be pretty much talk to a seasoned senior VA rater or veteran service representative, and then you can plead your case like, hey, I submitted all this information. Here's my in-service complaints. If there's any injuries, point to those injuries that's on that medical evidence. X-rays, MRIs. That's my in-service complaint. Medical evidence to establish service connection. That was the only reason why that if that's the only reason on the decision letter, definitely that's I'm not sure what the CMP examiner was looking at or what the VA rater was looking at, but there's my in-service complaint, my diagnosis, my X-rays, MRIs, and there's conflicting medical opinion on that CMP examiner's information, as well as we're not sure why the VA rater adjudicated, denied and adjudicated the claim in the way they did. But I'll definitely take a look at that. Motherfucker Andrew, what's up, Andrew? BDD in 2016. Okay, there you go. Benefits delivery discharge in 2016. I didn't know how to do CMP exams. Okay, yeah. So deny on all claims except 50% for sleep apnea, 0% for pes planus. Just filed for an increase on flat feet and did a CMP exam last month. Okay, Gucci killers. For my other denied claims, will I have to refile or do a supplemental? All right, Andrew. So definitely, that is unfortunate. I know a lot of us, we don't know that going into the VA claims process, but yes, you definitely need to. Whenever you put in for that claim, the VA, they can do one of two things. Whenever they call you in for a CMP exam, if you submitted everything, well, long story short, for that answer, yes, you're gonna have to submit a supplemental. But backstory to that. Whenever you do submit a claim, it has everything needed for adjudication. You got a DBQ, IMO, diagnosis, complaints, maybe a personal statement or not. You submit that. If you don't go into a CMP exam, the VA can do one of two things. They can three things. Deny it, 100%, okay, refile, do a supplemental. Second one is going to be, they can service connect you, but, it'll be at a percentage, and then that percentage is not associated. It'll be a non-compensatable percentage. So pretty much you will still need to refile because you didn't go into that compensation and pension exam. You just want to get benefits in order to get seen and treated at the VA for that disability. So that's what the VA is going to give you. Or they could actually render a percentage on the information that you give. That's slightly not. That's not in the VA's best interest to just throw that out. So definitely you will have to refile. And when you do refile that claim, that supplemental, I suggest if they were all denied, I suggest doing a personal statement for each one and identify the reason. Each paragraph, it could be 1, 2, 3 reasons why the VA denied you. If the sole reason was they denied you due to you not going into the compensation and pension exam, definitely personal statement, as well as if there's any disabilities that's a higher percentage, 30, 40, 50, 60, and it takes in consideration impacts to your personal life and your professional life, you definitely want to capture that in a personal statement if you didn't do that back in 2016. Hope that answers your question, Andrew. Motherfucker Andrew. Motherfucker Spider-Man up in house. Back to Jay. August 2021, after a motor vehicle accident, your examiner noted that this condition is due to that incident. However, the motor vehicle accident was not during an active duty period of service. Okay, all right, Jay. So, with that being said, I mean, is that did the motor vehicle accident occur on an active duty orders, active duty period? Or did they deduce or get the wrong? I mean, if they got the wrong date and the information that the examiner, provided to them, that's a simple mistake. You're like, hey, no, back in, what was it? 2016, 2021. Back in 2021, had surgery in 2013, had 2 synthetic discs put in. Okay. When that accident occurred, were you... Okay, so when the accident occurred, were you on active duty? I had 2 accidents. Okay. No problem, Andrew. Appreciate it. Appreciate your strife. Appreciate you, motherfucking hit that like button too, dog. Motherfucking shocker signs. Me. One in 2013 and one in 2021. All right, Jay. But were you active duty for those accidents? That's what I'm trying to get to. Because you can get service connected for a motorcycle, motor vehicle accident that occurred on active duty, or if you're a reservist on an active duty period. So, weekend warrior activities, your summer, yes, okay. If all your medical evidence points to it occurring on active duty, you got to see what date or what information did that CMP examiner provide. Did they are they trying to say that the accident didn't occur on active duty? Because that's a definite, higher lower review. Like, hey, here's my fucking, y'all have my DD-214. Y'all know I served from, January 2010 to motherfucking December 2021. I had 2 accidents in between that time, and I'm filing for benefits. The examiner didn't look at the evidence. She just went off of the MRI, which was from 2021. Okay, yeah, so just like what I was saying earlier. That CMP examiner, they're providing misinformation because they're not fully reading your profile and they're not assessing you, how they should be assessing you. Especially, some of these shitty ass CMP examiners. That's why I always recommend whenever you go into these CMP exams, you gotta like Barney style to them, Barney style. But definitely I recommend you do a supplemental, higher level review, and then from there, prior to doing that, I recommend you get with a VSO, a Veteran Service Organization. I personally recommend Wounded Warrior Project because they are amazing. But, I mean, just look around. I definitely wouldn't recommend a county VSO. Don't do it. Just save yourself some stress. My primary care provider, is sending me for another MRI next week and physical therapy and pain management. Okay, that's good. I mean, that's good and dandy. But I mean, if your medical provider is good, first, definitely you want to submit your higher level review if you're within the time frame. Not sure when you were denied. Were you recently denied? Are you still within? Okay, yeah. It was denied in April 5th. Well, around April, May time frame. Definitely want to put in a higher level review. But prior to that, get with a VSO. Get with a Veteran Service Organization. They're going to submit that shit for you. And in my experience, having that name behind your claim is a lot better than having just, Joe Schmo Veteran. They go be like, fuck out of here. Now I'm talking about, but, if you got Wounded Warrior Project on the behalf of Veteran Joe Schmetran, they go like, okay, we know this organization. They got lawyers. They got, information. They got experienced VSOs. They got all these resources in order to, help that veteran. So definitely I recommend doing that. But first of all, you definitely need to submit that higher level review. But before you do that, if you want to utilize a VSO, you got to do it prior to submitting it. Because I know a lot of veteran service organizations, they don't take claims that are already in progress. And I'm almost certain it's the same thing with, any type of appeal. It's still open because I had 2 deferred things. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you got some time. It's not completely, it shouldn't be completely fucking done right now. But you could possibly still. I mean, you can inquire. You can inquire. I mean, the worst I can tell you is like wait until the CMP. Well, wait until your claims has fully adjudicated. But I definitely recommend getting with Woman Warrior Project, brother man. Andrew, back to Andrew. Another question: can you get service connected for non-combat related PTSD for witnessing a motor vehicle accident, dealing with while driving home on leave? Woman in the front of me flipped her car, flew out on the windshield. Okay. Stop to render. Yeah. You definitely. So you definitely, yes, you can file for non-combat related PTSD. The way you're going to utilize medical evidence for that, you're definitely going to have to obtain that police report if you plan on submitting that claim. Hopefully you've been seeking treatment since then, and you've had a diagnosis of PTSD. You've identified your stressor being related to that specific incident. A lot of medical evidence, notes from your psychiatrist. Should be a psychiatrist, doctor, listing your symptomology as well as your impacts to your personal and your work life. Definitely follow that up with a personal statement. Any buddy statements as well. A good buddy statement for that type of claim. You can possibly, if the police officers, law enforcement officers who responded to that call, if they can provide you with, your mental state back then, blah blah blah, during that incident, anything that they've seen and rendered, they could definitely put that in a personal statement, buddy statement, provide that to you, if applicable. But definitely, it's definitely a claim. You gotta work it. You just gotta think outside the box. Definitely, I would start with obtaining that police report that lists all the things that occurred with the incident, as well as specifically you rendering aid to the victim. But definitely check that out. Jay, I got a law firm. I got a partial rating. Yes, you can. It's called PTSD personal trauma. There you go, Jay. There you go. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. There you go. Motherfucking JJ coming in with the save. Oh, no problem, Andrew. No problem, Andrew. If you want, go back and forth. My email it's only about section of my page, but a lot of people say they don't see it. I call Cap, but it's on my previous 3 live videos in the comment section. Jay, how do they rate shortness of breath? CMP exam diagnosed ED. Diagnosed me with ED because I couldn't pass a pulmonary functions test. ED. Okay, so it's 3 different machines that can test you for shortness of breath. Shortness of breath, asthma, and any other specific respiratory issues. I'm forgetting the name of the device, but all 3 of them you're supposed to blow into the device, and it measures all this shit that's going on inside. Not ED. Oh, motherfucker. Erectile. Me. All right, not ED. Okay. Yeah, but definitely during that test, if it was for shortness of breath, you definitely should have been blowing into a device, either a handheld. One's handheld, the other 2 are like actual, fucking like these big machines and shit. Definitely check that out. And if they didn't, hopefully this claim is still in the process adjudication. That's what I did. Okay. Did you get service connected? Because depending on, at least with that test is specific. It's a diagnostic testing. So you gotta blow spirometer. Oh, there you go. Bro, I'm not Dr. Dog. Come on, bucko. I ain't no doctor. Appreciate you, Andrew. Appreciate you with that strife. And then used the inhaler and did it again. I failed. That don't make sense. You failed? So you failed meaning it worked out in your favor? Like you're gonna get you about to be getting some benefits or what, brother man? What you talking about? Hey, as y'all coming in, by all means, feel free to ask questions. Your boy has been targeted by some buddies, not to be cursing as much, but fuck out here with that bullshit. Your boy's a Marine through and through. Combat medic. Yes, sir. Okay, combat medic in his house. 13 hours, combat strong, baby. Oh, there you go. Yes. Yes. CMP. Okay, little. CMP said yes. Okay, that's good. I would definitely. I mean, hopefully. I mean, I think you said yeah. You don't have a VSO, so I mean, hey, just wait on that claim. And what's the third thing that's deferred? How do they rate? How do they rate it though? Under what? I'm not. You should be able to go to this. I mean, if it's in a CFR, it should be in a CFR 38. I'm not sure what's the diagnostic code. But if you want to see how the VA rates it, sleep apnea? You talking about sleep apnea or what? I mean, if it was for sleep apnea, you shouldn't be blowing into no machine. But how they rate sleep apnea is direct. If it's direct, you have to have in-service complaints of sleep issues, sleep disturbances. A single complaint can go a long way. They're sending me for a sleep study. Okay. I mean, that's good. I mean, fuck it. The more the merrier. If they're sending you for a sleep study within a CMP exam, that's good. Did you file for sleep apnea, or they're suggesting you may have sleep apnea as well? Jalen, what's up, Jalen? Is documentation of in-service injury completed by a combat medic sufficient evidence for service connection? Yes, it is, Jalen. Yes, Jalen. Yes, it certainly is. Combat medic, Navy doc. Any military medic equivalent. If they're rendering aid, more than likely, if you're in a deployed area or on deployment, not in a hostile area, non-hostile, you're gonna be assigned a medic, combat medic, motherfucking Navy doctor, and more than likely they're gonna be, if you get any injuries, if you need medication, they're gonna be writing you things for that. You could definitely utilize those notes, that medical evidence for in-service complaints. Well, in-service, direct service connection. I utilize that for my IBS GERD when I ingested motherfucking jet fuel on my second deployment, and my doc, he was a Navy corpsman. We were going back and forth for like 2-3 months on how to stop me from, projectiling from both ends. Me. But yes, definitely. Long story short, Jalen, yes. No, that was for shortness of breath, Jay. Okay. Under my PTSD, it says chronic sleep impairment. Okay, and I filed directly for sleep apnea at CMP. They told me they're referring me for sleep apnea. Okay. So you're filing so you went in, you went into the CMP exam due to the conversation and them evaluating your medical records. They suggested that you may have sleep apnea, and they referred you out. They actually referred you out during the CMP exam. If I'm getting that right, Jay. Oh, let me get some of that. Oh, this is pre-workout. This is not Raising Cane sweet tea. Easiest way to get PTSD is if you had Easiest way to get PTSD is if you had somebody die while you were in the military, fought for service connected. Okay, yeah. I mean that's an easy way to do it. But you definitely need some good personal statement, possibly some chaplain visits, medical evaluation. It goes. You definitely need some complaints. Like a lot of veterans try to get it service connected. I mean, it seems easy to get service connected. Hey, this happened, but the VA, they're gonna do their due diligence to verify that. So definitely, definitely appreciate you, Dre. Appreciate the strife. We got any other questions? Any other questions? Back to J504. Under all my symptoms for PTSD, on my decision letter, it says chronic sleep impairment. Okay, there you go. If that's the case, hopefully they're, evaluating your medical profile. Mainly, Well, the main reason why PTSD causes sleep apnea is due to excessive weight gain. Mainly being a side effect of the medication that you're taking for PTSD, anxiety, and depression. Different medications causes you to stress eat, as well as some, biomechanics. It slows down your metabolism, and then it causes on the flip side, it causes you to stress eat. Fucking 4 months down the road, you look like motherfucking yo Gucci, give me my benefits, baby. Fuck out, y'all pumping me with all this medication. Come on. Anything else? Hey, appreciate y'all coming in. You got any questions? Please let your boy know. Feel free to hit that like button. I appreciate it. You know what I'm talking about? I appreciate the like. Sending in the obituary is what I did, but then again, mine were also from deployment. Okay, yeah, definitely in Iraq. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's some like concrete medical evidence. Definitely good for your type of claim for PTSD, non-combat related. How can they only rate hearing loss from one ear? I mean, that's the diagnostic testing. So, I mean, maybe you're like, I got the same thing. Like, I got 2 ratings for my ears, 1 0, then it was at 10%. The same with tinnitus at first. Like, when I first got service connected for tinnitus, I had 10% one ear, and it was like 0% for the other ear. But then when I went in for, I think for like a reevaluation, what they do? They bilateral factored both. So, I mean, I'm not sure how that happens. But, I mean, like, mainly, like, if you're shooting or if you're just exposed to loud exposure on one side, like, with me, it was, like, mainly my right ear. Like, just my dominant side. I was shooting a lot in the military. Motherfuckers like to yell in my ear a lot. Explosions and shit whenever we deployed. It just depends. Like, most people, they'll turn to their dominant side to hear, crazy shit and all this other stuff. Come on, bucko. Come on. Anything else? Anything else? Then on my left ear, it gave me 0% for my right ear, and my tinnitus just says 10% related to MOS. Hey, that's good. Unless you're like 100% deaf, I don't see. Unless you have a further diagnosis of hearing impairment that's causing attacks of vertigo, as well as losing your balance and shit like that. Definitely, you gotta build that medical evidence in order to, increase that tinnitus. You can get 46. I think it's like 10, 20, 40, and 60 if you have with vertical, and if you're falling, losing your balance and shit like that, your fucking equilibrium, shit like that. Come on, dog. Come on, Gucci killers. But hey, till next time. I appreciate y'all. I'm on a time hack today. Gotta do a little bit of work. Hit this gym right quick for maybe an hour or so. But if y'all got any questions, please, hey, by all means, hit me up in the DMs. Hit me up in the comment sections. Appreciate your strife. Keep sweat, motherfucker. Nobody. There you go, dog. I'm gonna send you the list of everything related to my PTSD. All right, bet, baby. Bet, brother, man, bet. But until next time, hey, y'all stay Gucci with it. I saw a couple people jump in here. Y'all got any VA disability questions before I leave? Anything at all? I see y'all. Y'all can't hide. Going to email you. Appreciate you, dog. Oh, appreciate you, Angel. Is that a dab? Motherfucking dab. Fucking dabbing on him. Anything at all. Anything. All right, no, come on, dog. All right, no questions. Stay Gucci, motherfucking shocking signs. Until next time, this motherfucking Debo out. 2023 year to bet. Get those benefits. Get them. Come on.